And welcome back to my channel. I'm Leah Renee, and this is Drag to Fab Lifestyle, where we transform our lives from drag to fab. Today, I'm going to be bringing you a list of books, okay, that you must read on your spiritual awakening, on your spiritual journey, when you are ready to vibrate high. Like these are the books, okay, to help you really get there. Okay, now if you click this video, that's because you are ready. Like, you are ready to get the knowledge. You have already decided upon yourself, I need to gain some knowledge from reading books that can actually help me pivotal forward. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you guys 12 books, as the title says, but I'm also going to be throwing in the book that I am going to be starting tomorrow. Now, I typically read or audio listen to a book a day. Now, with me, I'm a very big multitasker, but obviously I take so many freaking notes. So it's easy for me to take notes while listening. Now, if you purchase the book and still listen to the audio and still take notes, that's even a plus. Like, you're retaining the information even that much more ingrained into your system. So a lot of these books you can find on YouTube for the free. Okay, you can type in this, whatever the title is, free audiobook or audiobook full, whatever. You guys figure all that out. Okay, this is the platform that was given to you. If you don't have the coins to actually go out there and purchase the books, that's a great way to get started. Also, you can just type in Google. Sometimes free audiobooks will come there. So free. Obviously, we all love free. We all love a cute little deal. But also, you must know that you have to invest in your future. So if some of these books you cannot find it for free, I will tell you that it is definitely worth the purchase, okay? Because the purpose of reading is to gain knowledge from writers who have experienced certain things. I don't really like the term self-help because it's just like, it's so cliche. No, these books are supposed to help you spiritually. Oh wait, make sure that you get you a pen and paper while this intro is going, and get you your iced tea. Today I got my iced tea, no sparkling water. I made me my Herbalife raspberry tea, but normally I make it hot, but I made it iced tea, baby. Good, okay? So, catch out this intro. A good tea, okay? You cannot have tea time without the tea, baby, okay? So before we get into it, make sure that you are following all of my pages, on Instagram. They're in the description box below. As you can see, I only wear my hair, okay? And this is the curly hair that I had on last, blown out. Yeah, make sure that you are following all my pages. Go to my website, purchase some merch, and yeah, I know I give a plug every time, so I don't really need to do that if you've been following me. And if not, make sure you go look at some other videos, okay? They're very informative, okay? So let's get right to this tea, okay? Because it is a lot. Now I'm going to put excuse me, y'all. I'm going to put on the screen, as I read titles and their authors, I'm going to put their image on the screen so you know what they look like, okay? Now, what is the purpose of reading? Why are we reading? The purpose of reading, as we know, is to gain the knowledge. And knowledge, as we know, is power. And if you have power, you will always win. And if you know the power that you have within inside of you, and you just tap into it, and you listen to the people who helping you tap into it, you about to vibrate high. Now, when it comes to this list, now a lot of times what happened with me is when I was researching the books to read, I still have a long list to go. So basically what will happen is when I'm searching the book for that day, I've scanned the book list or whatever, and after I scan the book list, it just calls out to me. So the book that you're supposed to be currently reading will call out to you. I literally have pages and pages and pages, okay, of books that I am going to be reading in the near future. Make sure that you have your pen and paper, or press pause or something, okay? Because I'm going to touch base on some of them and what they're about, but for the most part, you can read the prefix of these books and get a little better handle on the topic of discussion. Okay, so without further ado, now this is not going to be in any order because I think that they're all important. I'm going to start with the most important one to me, and then after this one, they fall as they may. Okay, now the best book right now to me that I have read thus far is The 4 Agreements. The 4 Agreements is a book about literally the 4 agreements that you have with yourself to live a prosperous life, to live a fulfilled life, to live an abundant life. It is by Don Miguel Ruiz, okay? Very good, very, very good book, okay? The Secret, very popular book. Obviously, we know that it was made into a movie. A lot of different authors actually collaborated on the book, and it is continuously being revamped, and you know they have different additions to these books. Now a lot of these older books, that's what they do, is they revive them for the times and make them more appropriate for the now. Okay, so the next one, we got Think and Grow Rich, okay? Think and Grow Rich is by Napoleon Hill. Now, this book is a good book, but it is one of those older books, so you have to actually be prepared for some of the verbiage and actually listen to what is going on. If you actually decide to read it, make sure you are taking lots and lots and lots of notes. But it teaches you how to think and grow rich, okay? So I talked about my favorite book, The 4 Agreements, 48 Laws of Power. Now this book, it's a good one, but it's long, okay? The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Now, that's a good book, but it's very, very long, okay? So I think it was like 9 hours to listen to. But it's really, really good. It's worth it, okay? Especially when you are an entrepreneur and you need to make sure that you are ahead of the curve, okay? Another really, really, really good one, okay? Now this one was like 3 hours. This was like this day. I think I read like 3 in this day. The Alchemist. Okay. Now at first I was a little like apprehensive because everybody talks about this book and I don't be liking to do what everybody tell me to do. I just go against the grain. I'm just gonna do whatever. But then it called out to me. I kept seeing it. So I said, let me listen to The Alchemist. Baby, that's a good one. That one is by Paulo. I'm not gonna butcher his last name, but The Alchemist. Okay? The Alchemist. The Game of Life and How to Play It. That's pretty much self-explanatory. The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence, Scovel, Shinn. That's a good one too, okay? How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, that's a really, really good one, but it's really long, and it's another one of those long ones like Robert Greene because it's filled with some history background too. But it's a good one to help you understand people and the way people actually move, and trying to do right by people. Now, it's not a book of deception. I know a lot of times people think it's a book of deception, but it's not about that. It's more so about communicating with human beings and understanding them and understanding how to win them over. Okay? Authentically. That is the major key. Authentically. Okay? The Kyballion. That's a good one about the Hermetic principles. Okay? And that is by the 3 Initiates. So, yes. That one's a little eye-opening. You have to be a little further along in your journey to really understand it. I would read that one further along. But like I said, these books will call out to you as the universe allows them to. Okay? The Art of Getting Money by P.T. Barnum. Now, this is an old book. But this is a good book, okay? It really had me thinking, it really had me thinking about the energy of money and financial energy and how money actually works. That's a really good one, okay? Especially if you are an entrepreneur. A lot of these books that I'm reading, they have to do with entrepreneurship. So I'm not going to tell you something that I haven't currently read or I don't feel like has changed my life in some type of way. Money and the Law of Attraction by Ester and Jerry Hicks. Now, we all love us a good Jerry and Ester Hicks. They give us motivation. The audiobook has a peace break in there for motivation. It's a really good book in regards to the money and the Law of Attraction, okay? That is a good one. The Secret of Attracting Money. Now, this is the one I read on today. The Secret of Attracting Money by Dr. Joe Vitale. Baby, now that one was a good book, okay? I have to drink my tea on that. Now, that was a good book. That really had me... Now, disclaimer, a lot of these books reiterate the same information, but certain books put certain things into different perspectives, and it just puts another layer, if you will, on what you previously gathered from the previous books, okay? So it just puts another layer on it. So that one was a really good book, okay? Oh, also, the subtle art of not giving a bleep, okay? Now, this is a good book, but it really just literally tells you things that you already know and you've already pretty much been doing. But it really does remind you of what you need to be doing in terms of putting yourself first. Putting yourself first. Okay, so that one was a good one. So yeah, sorry guys. Like I said, I have so many notes on these books, but I wanted to get all of them out. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by, that's the one I skipped, sorry. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. That's a good one. That's a very, very popular one. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, that's a very, very popular one. It must be read. It just must be read. So I'm going to be starting The Power of Now. Now, if you know me, you know I'm always talking about the power of right now, how we're going to get through it right now. So that is what I'm going to be reading today. This is what it looks like, okay? And, tomorrow, sorry. And, so I really, really, really urge you guys to read or listen to audio books as much as possible, okay? As much as possible. Because health and knowledge and wealth is all tied in together, and these books are giving you the tools to make sure that you are coinciding all of these things together so that you are vibrating high and being the best you that you can be. So I hope you guys took notes, okay? I'm going to put all these books in the description box, all the information about all my businesses and this hair and whatever. And make sure that if you have any questions on where to get started with your spirituality, don't shoot me a message, shoot me a DM on Instagram or what have you. And I love you guys. And we all are just going to go from drag to fab. Oh, yes, yes, yes.